I pored over his every word and kept coming back to his comment that Penelope was like a daughter to him. That's when I remember that Gareth had pictures of both Penelope and Sirius on his desk. Hermione, you're a genius. You are brilliant. Given that Gareth sealed Kit inside a portrait, it seemed likely he'd done the same to Penelope. But when I checked the office, Penelope's photograph was gone. The he that Gareth warned you about must have found her before we could. I knew it. Okay. But who is the man and how did he break into Gareth's office without us noticing? Give me the big bad. Give me the actual big bad. Harry, listen to me. You can't talk to Gareth because he's dead. Oh my gosh. Yo, I'm done with this. I am done with this cliffhanger stuff. Yo, this is your boy James over at XpectoGO, bringing you guys the latest and greatest in Wizards Unite content. And today we have another vlog for you guys, breaking down a dialogue reaction and the story for Into the Fire Brilliant Event Part 1. And after the huge news, we're going to be diving into the fire, into what's the Unforgivable's plans, probably how they work, who's involved. We're going to be getting a lot of information, I'm assuming. My hope is we get some Grimm appearances. I hope Grimm pops up, especially after finding out that Penelope possibly was taken by the mysterious big bag, which I predicted, somebody higher up than Gareth. So yo, I'm excited. So yo, let's go over the opening dialogue for the event. Constance, I'm still having a hard time processing that Gareth is dead. Were you able to figure out what happened to him, Harry? Harry, his journal confirmed what Hermione and I both suspected. Gareth made an unbreakable vow to not do anything that would jeopardize the Unforgivable's missions or reveal their members' identities. Hermione, the documents Gareth left behind are full of compromising information. Gareth's vow must have broken the moment Harry started reading through them. Gareth had to know. Gareth had to know what happened. Should he give Harry that information? Was he prepared to die, event ensuring his daughter got the treatment she needed for her blood malediction? What's up, boy? Wait, let me finish. I got a friend code up. Wait, hold on. So here's Harry. Gareth was far from a hero, but I won't let his sacrifice be in vain. While we work on returning Ron's memories of our 4th year at Hogwarts, we should be combing through his writings. I'm confident they contain the keys to exposing the rest of the Unforgivable and ending the calamity. So they're going to dive deep into it. So I'm going to say what's up to my boy right quick, and then we're going to play through the Brilliant Event. Yo, we got Alex and we got Nemo walking around. Yo, so we're going to play through it right quick and yo, see what happens. Alright, so I honestly just got finished talking with my boy Alex and his gorgeous husky, Nebo. I was able to knock out task number 1, and I just got to finish here task number 2. So we're going to collect those rewards right quick. And where we have brew 5 potions, collect 5 brilliant into the fire runestones, and earn 7,000 wizarding XP from wizarding challenges. I slipped up and went into the brilliant registry, which is a huge no-no. So all those runestones I collected from the previous task, gone. We're going to work on finishing the task, particularly the runestones. I got 2 more left on that. Another helicopter. We are here for it, day 2 of Into the Fire Brilliant Event Part 1. And your boy has been able to knock out a lot, so I'm able to actually hit up this event and hopefully get to the dialogue before I had to pick work back up. I was able to drop the kids off at the bus stop and get them on safely and knock out some of the work I needed to do for today. So that is clutch. But I actually finished task number 3 this morning. I found a great group of cats, and we grinded Forest 1 using a brew for brain elixir, giving us over 1,000 wizarding XP with the BBE. So I did that 7 times with that group and we were good. So that came in clutch. So we're going to collect now. What do we got? Perform 25 good spell casts. That's going to be easy peasy. Defeat 20 foes of wizarding challenges. Gosh, again, usually 15, so they increased it. And collect 3 Team Ireland fan Fred and George Weasley. Alright, so when placing, I usually start with the lowest fragments and work my way up. So that's going to be the man, the myth, the legend, Victor Crumb. Ooh, I knew Hermione and Ron was going to be in this one. Okay, here comes Ron. I remember Victor Crumb, but overrated if you ask me. Here goes Hermione. Oh, really? I knew they was going to say something. Then why did you purchase a miniature figurine of him at the Quidditch World Cup and want his autograph? I was just trying to be nice. Wanted to make the poor bloke feel good about himself, you know? Admit it, Ron. You were a huge fan of Victor's until he invited me to the Yule Ball. There it is. I don't know what you're talking about. Literally, my memories of this Yule Ball haven't... I don't believe you, Ron. But that was funny. Leave it to Ron again to cut the tension. All right, next up we got Fred and George. This might be emotional. Do you remember attending the Quidditch World Cup together? Ron, it's starting to come back to me. Fred and George bet their life savings that Ireland would win, but Victor Crumb would catch the golden snitch. Dad was terrified that Mom would find out. And it was spot on. I couldn't believe it. I still can't. Wish that was the only surprise of the night. Ooh, true. Me too. But I refuse to let the Death Eater's actions spoil my memories of that happy trip. You should too. Otherwise, it feels as though we've let them win. Here we go. All right, Constance. Might get something here. Harry, have you come across any information in Garrett's journal that could help us put an end to the calamity? Ensuring muggles don't accidentally put these port keys on their feet is exhausting. Possibly, says Harry. Gareth had a theory that only the wizard who originally cast the Foundable spell, in other words, Grim, bring back Grim. I said it in the last video. Penelope though. They have to bring in Grim now. They have to bring in Grim. Grim has to show up in the story now. We know where Penelope is. Grim needs to make an appearance now. Can stop it. That's it? Just a theory? Gareth made it sound as though he possessed the secret to containing the calamity once and for all. Does he at least know where Grimm is? Let's go. More Grimm, more Grimm. Unfortunately, Grimm's disappearance and whereabouts are as much a mystery to him as they are to us. And it's not as though Grimm has been especially forthcoming with information either. I don't understand Grimm at all. If he has the power to end the calamity, why hasn't he already? And if he wants our help, as his notes suggest, why will he tell us where he is or what's going on? Ooh, quiet, yo, they haven't talked about my boy in a minute. And honestly, he knew about the mole or knew the ministry might have been compromised. So I think that's why he wasn't as forthcoming with information, because, yo, you got Gareth Greengrass, the senior Unspeakable, one of the higher ups in the ministry, working for the Unforgivable. And there might be another person, since his portrait or picture of Penelope disappeared as well, Gareth's picture. So, yo, Grimm's like, bruh, y'all still got a mole or a leak or something. I don't trust the ministry at all. So he can't really trust the task force because he doesn't know who to trust. So I don't blame Grimm at all. I don't think he's shady just because of those reasons, honestly. Constance again. Why do you think Gareth kept these journals and records? He knew he'd die if anyone else read them. Don't get me wrong, I'm grateful he did, but wouldn't writing all that sensitive information down be taking a needless big risk? Gareth was apparently conducting his own investigation into the Unforgivable, says Harry. He suspected an internal threat within the group and was gathering evidence to support his claims. Then all that record keeping was Gareth trying to identify the member responsible. It appears so. According to his notes, Gareth believes someone within the group covertly disposed of the former leader, Theus, and assumed his identity using Polyjuice Potion. He points to a sudden priority shift and behavioral change as evidence. Who's Theus, though? Who was Theus in the first place to gather all these witches and wizards under one cause to try to get the calamity to bring them back, i.e. the adversaries? Because I think we're going to get a ton more information when we get another adversaries event or even lethals. It can't be somebody already that we know. It has to be somebody different. Well, I can't say can't because it could be anybody. Heck, it could be Constance. Somebody is playing leader and they're not the actual leader. And was Gareth the only one who figured it out? All right, last one. Here comes Harry, the head aura for the French Ministry of Magic, a curse breaker for Gringotts, the captain of the Japanese national Quidditch team. Those are just a few of the high-ranking members of Wizarding Society Gareth named as the members of the Unforgivable. What? Wait. French Ministry of Magic, curse breaker for Gringotts. That's money right there. The Ministry of Magic for the French. That's influence. Captain of the Japanese national Quidditch team. Bro, what? If his allegations are to be believed, the Unforgivable's influence reach extend further exactly than we ever imagined. We know for a fact that the Unforgivable recruited Gareth in order to infiltrate their ministry. So they recruit various members throughout the wizarding world, particularly higher ups, to get influence. Yo, I wouldn't be surprised if they recruit all their members purely based on what power connections they bring to the table. Exactly. As usual, you're spot on, Hermione. According to Gareth, the Unforgivable were an exclusive group of wealthy and powerful wizards and witches who teamed up to gain even more money and power. At some point, however, says Harry, the Unforgivable's purpose shifted. They began recruiting more broadly. Rather than helping themselves, members were also encouraged, even commanded to help each other acquire that which they most desire. Oh, bring them back. Yo, it keep going back to bring them back. Lethenfold mentions something about the artifact possibly being what they need to bring them back and see their noble missions through. Their desires. All right, here we go. Last part. Harry. Ministries around the world have agreed to issue warrants for the rest of everyone Gareth named as members. Wait, you're showing your hand. Why would you do that? Of the Unforgivable in his journals. That's excellent news, Harry. How goes the investigation into their leader's identity, Hermione? Hermione. I searched newspapers, birth records, and transcripts of all the major wizarding schools and decades worth of wand permits. Good gracious, Hermione. When do you sleep? You probably got another time turner. There was no evidence of a wizard named Theus ever existing. Gareth suspected that the person currently claiming to be the Unforgivable's leader is actually another member using Polyjuice Potion to assume his identity. So not only is the current Theus not Theus, but the one who's supposed to be Theus isn't either. Confusing, isn't it? Yes. I had to reread it. Says Hermione, seems these two imposters were more alike than Gareth thought. This has... And that's it. So A, what happened to the original leader, Theus, and who's the current leader posing as Theus? Why? And why the change in regime? Why the change in operation, methodology, like way they do things? Why? How is that benefiting the new Theus? Yo, what's up with Theus? Yo, I'm at a loss of words. I don't know.